when you're trying to manifest something into existence, sometimes what can happen is our own limitation can get in the way of what we want to manifest. At least that's been my experience, is that my limitations can be my greatest block. Or not actually limitations, but my belief in the limitations. And we'll get to that in just a little bit in terms of what I mean there. But I'm going to share with you in this video how to manifest beyond what you can imagine. Because understand that your imagination is literally a limitation to the infinite possibilities that exist for you and what you're able to manifest. And the more that we cling on to the limited ideas of our mind and we believe in every single thought, and we think that our dream life exists only in what we can think of, that's actually a block to the best possible life for you, because there's a life that exists for you that literally you can't imagine. But there's a deeper intelligence that you can connect with that will allow you to manifest that life that you might not even believe is possible or can even exist or is even something that you can begin to even think of to begin with. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video, is how to tap into that space of infinite possibilities. Some people call it the quantum field. Some people call it the infinite intelligence. Whatever label you want to use, we're going to talk about how to manifest beyond your imagination, which is going to be a life that's way better than your dream life and what you can imagine. A life that's even better than what you might think your dream life looks like right now. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. So I want you to understand the first thing that's important to consider in this process of manifesting beyond what you think, period, just what you think, is that what you know in your mind is limited. What you know in your mind is limited. Understand that any belief, any affirmation, any thought, any visualization is a limitation. I need to start a new saying right now. Affirmation is limitation. Okay, I've never heard anybody say that before. Affirmation is limitation. Because the truth is that you are such a divine creator that's connected with so many infinite quantum possibilities that any affirmation doesn't do justice to that infinite limitlessness that exists within you. That infiniteness, some people, I could even say that it's the part of you that is the most loving part of you, the most compassionate part of you, the part of you that also wants to serve the world. That version of you, which is not even a version, it's just the infinite potential that has all versions, is something that we need to realize only can be on offer for us when we have a realization that what we know in our minds is a limitation. So just keep that in mind moving forward. And by the way, I encourage you to stay to the end of this video, because this might hit something within you to really make you see that, wait a second, the only thing blocking me from manifesting all the things I want, plus even more, is belief in my own limits. You see, most people think I need more belief systems to manifest something into my life. I need to believe more in the thing I want. What if I told you that you don't necessarily need to believe more, you need to believe less in all the stuff that's telling you otherwise? All the stuff that's like all the fear, all the insecurity, all the fears. Looking back at my life, when I was more attached to what some people call the ego, I had a real awakening to the fact that when I'm living in ego, when I'm stuck in my ego and I'm believing in every single thought, I actually manifest from that place of being attached. What does this do? This literally speaking, aligns me from that state of consciousness where I'm attached to those beliefs, I manifest realities that are only in alignment with that limitation that I'm attached to. This is what we call fear-based timelines. This is actually manifesting from that space of being attached to the fears, and you start to see your thoughts actually manifest. This is where the whole thoughts create reality statement comes from, because your thoughts do create your reality. But I'm telling you right now that a lot of your thoughts that you are seeing manifest in your life, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I had this fearful thought and it manifested. See, I told you, Francis. I told you. It's like, Francis, I told you that the fears I say are going to manifest. See, it's like, Francis, I proved you wrong. The fears that I had came true. But you see, did the fear come true because you had the thought, or did the fear come true because you believed in the thought and you let it suck you into the story? Understand that what you know is limited. And if you believe in the limitation, you are going to manifest from that place. So just keep that in mind, that what you know is always a limitation. What you think is going to happen, what you think needs to happen for your manifestation to come, all of that is mind games blocking you from the infinite quantum field that can manifest things for you without you even trying hard. You can still do, like, don't get me wrong, it takes a lot of inner work to step out of your fear. It's not an easy process. But once you get to the other side and you finally feel how you want to feel, because feeling creates reality, consciousness creates reality, from that space, your manifestation will pop into your life in a divine, synchronistic way that your mind couldn't have even conceived to begin with. And that is going to happen when you don't believe in the limits of your mind. Now, the second thing I want you to understand is that we need to stop focusing out there to manifest. What you want is not out there. It's a limited way of understanding this reality. We need to start to step up into a higher consciousness reality, not live from the ego, and understand that to manifest beyond imagination is to stop focusing on the external world and focus on how much love can you feel in your heart. I know that sounds cliche. It's like, oh, Francis, come on, man. You're talking about love and feeling love. I'm telling you right now, any single goddamn time I've ever focused too much in the external to manifest something, I create resistance, I suffer, and nothing I want happens the way I want it. And the more I think it has to happen in some way, of course, like I said, it blocks the infinite possibilities. And the moment I stop putting my attention out there and I put my attention back onto myself, who I really am, my true self, I bring all that consciousness to the true self that I really am, I start to feel that love in my heart. I start to feel, I focus on how I feel, not my thoughts. I focus on the abundance that's within me already, that's there. Then the manifestation just comes in like magic. And by the time I got to that point, I didn't even want it anymore. Because you feel so good, you're so focused on yourself, you're not even looking anymore. It's the biggest catch-22 of life. The more you want something, the more you block it. When you just focus on yourself and pour the love into your heart, still go after what you want if you need to take actions, but you might find that the relationship you want comes in like magic when you stop focusing out there and focus on doing the inner work. Focus on following your purpose. Focus on doing the inner work, cleansing your fears, connecting back to who you really are. Step back into your power. Step back into your power and your relationship will fall into life and magnetically be attracted to your frequency in a way that your mind can't think of. The more you try to look out there and hear the logical steps that I have to take to make this happen in this way, You can do that if you want, but I promise the relationship won't be the highest level of love that is possible for you within a relationship, because your ego, I mean, in my experience, I've seen that, hey, if I manifested a relationship or things that I wanted in the past from that space of ego, here's the paradox. I wouldn't even be able to handle that level of manifestation in my life because my ego wasn't ready to receive. But that's a whole nother conversation that we'll save for another time. Nonetheless though, prepare your vessel to receive. In my experience, the best thing I found is to not focus out there, but focus on myself, my frequency, my vibration, the way that I feel and the way that I show up in the world. And the more that I give attention to that, the more I start manifesting beyond imagination, and the literal synchronistic manifestations come into my life. Leave a comment down below if you want me to make a video on the synchronistic, powerful manifestations that came into my, like how I manifested literal in divine ways. How I manifested this condo was in a divine synchronistic way in a lot of ways. How I manifested certain people in my life were in divine ways. How I manifested, even like everything, like even I'll make another video on this. Even this camera, I don't know if you've noticed that recently the camera quality got upgraded in my videos, and that happened in a very magical way. I'm definitely gonna make a video on these things regardless, and I don't have to ask you to leave a comment down below, but leave a comment down below if you want that, because I wanna build the suspense, because those are powerful stories that I need to share to help you create the life that you really want. And it's a very counterintuitive thing. It's intuition, but it's also kind of counter what we think and maybe sometimes counter how we feel. There's a deeper essence that we want to tap into that goes even beyond feelings to some degree. But then once you understand how it really works, your feelings do get better. Nonetheless, though, that's too much right now. We'll save it for another video. But the final thing I want to share with you is that start focusing, in my experience, when I start focusing on myself and I focus on feeling more love, connecting to that infinite quantum field. And don't get it twisted, when I say infinite quantum field, all I'm really talking about is the space that exists within you always. It's there. You don't have to try to do anything to do this. Meditation techniques can get you there, but ultimately, whatever you need to do to feel more love in your heart, to connect with that infinite intelligence. And by the way, one way to do this is to detach from your ego. Because in my experience, the more that I detach from my ego, the more that I am not attached to this meat suit implies a more powerful connection to the heart, a more powerful connection to who I really am. You see, the only thing stopping you from understanding who you really are and how to manifest everything you want, everything you can think of and more, is the illusion of separation. The illusion of thinking that you are separate. So whatever you need to do to detach from your false self, to find more love in your heart, will bring you closer to the understanding that you've always been a creator of your reality. You've always been in a playground of having the ability to create what you want in this playground, exactly how you want it, plus even more. But we forgot. And the part of the process of life, and I believe why we came here on this planet, is to remember who we are. We literally came here, I believe, to forget who we are, remember who we truly are as divine conscious creators, and then start to create all the things we want, because why not? Because you are a creator. That's why you came here. And that is how you manifest beyond imagination and manifest even more than what you can think of, and manifest a better life than your dream life, a life better than your dream life. Okay, so that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, leave a comment, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. Wow, I've never messed that one up before, but there's a first for everything. As always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.